Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for Farming Simulator 22, continuing our French orchards run here. And between episodes, I finished up all the fertilizing, and then I fast-forwarded quite a bit of time in this month to try to get a good harvesting contract for either wheat or barley, and did not get either of those. We did get a harvesting contract for oats. That does not help me with the chickens, though, so I'm going to ignore that one. We do have another month next month that we could still potentially get some wheat. We can get wheat next month. We can't get barley anymore. We can get wheat, or we can start getting sorghum. So there's still a chance for a contract next month, but I don't know. For right now, we're going to let the greenhouses go as is. They might run out of water overnight. I don't think they will. I think it's like 1,700 liters per day, and overnight it should only be, what, you know, a partial chunk of that. Even if they did run out of water, though, I think I'm okay with that, because if we can find a way to get some free water next month, it'll be worth, you know, losing an hour or two of production to get that. If not, then we'll just buy the water next month and we'll go on our merry way. So we are going to go ahead and shift forward another day and hope that we can get us a wheat or a sorghum contract. How's our water doing? Alright, they have a tiny bit of water left. Barely enough. Do we have any good contracts? Probably not. No, we don't. Because the harvesting ones would be down there. Well, that's unfortunate. Are there even any fields that would be harvestable right now? Just field 10 up there. What is field 10? Field 10 is nothing that we... Oh, no, it's sorghum, isn't it? Okay, well, there's a chance that field 10 could pop up as a harvestable contract here at some point. Man, there's just a lot of just dead, empty fields, aren't there? Do these really, like, look at all these fields that have nothing on them. What is up with that? I mean, I get that we didn't do the contracts to do some of the stuff, like planting and stuff like that, but I would have thought that the... Or maybe those got harvested within the last month or two, because we are kind of in the middle of harvesting season for a lot of those crops. That's probably exactly what happened. They just haven't gotten replanted yet. All right, so as far as our stuff's concerned, we got one more month for our grapes. And chickens should be okay still for a little bit longer. They are, in fact, okay for a little bit longer. I think at this point, there's nothing for us to do except fast forward a bit and hope that we get some sort of contract. Yeah, I guess so. I'm not really expecting one to come up, to be honest, but it would be nice if that sorghum one would pop up in here. I'm actually not sure what governs when contracts show up. I mean, is it just 100% completely random? Or is there some... So we're just draining water like nobody's business. I mean, if we have to buy water anyway, I mean, once this runs out, I mean, I don't mind it being like a few minutes of no production, obviously. But yeah, once this runs out, which it just did, so we're going to have to... I'm assuming these will grow back once I put water in there. I don't think them being dead will mess anything up. Yeah, I guess we're going to have to put some water in here. We're going to have to pay for some water, which is pretty unfortunate. Oh, a ton of money. I might just put a little bit of water in there just to see if some more stuff will show up here. I don't know. Before the end of the day? I don't know. I'm just not... I might put like half a container of water. Did I get rid of my water thing? Am I blind? Did I remember getting rid of my water thing? I probably did, and I just forgot. No, I don't. Didn't. I'm completely blind, aren't I? You guys are going to say it's right in front of my face, or something like that, aren't you? Where did I put it? Is it back at the store or something? I probably left it at the store, didn't I? Yep, I did. Fair enough. I was like, I'm going crazy here. I think I traded it in for, like, I swapped over at the store for something else, maybe. I can't remember what I did. Or maybe I just reset it. Maybe it got stuck somewhere. You guys will have to remind me whatever I did in that video that caused it to be at the store right now. Unfortunately, I think we're going to have to sell some more crops before it is officially time to sell some more crops, which is not ideal. I was really hoping to get the absolute maximum dollar for my crops and eggs and things like that, but we're going to be too short on money to be able to harvest the grapes at this point. Fortunately, this tractor is not strong enough to pull out of the lake, so we have to get our water from over here. There might be a place somewhere on the map where I can go get free water, but then I'm driving for like 20 minutes to get over there. And is that really a savings at the end of the day? See, if these things use 1,500 liters per day, if we fill this thing up and put a couple thousand liters in each one, that will tide us over for at least one more month, and then we can make a more official decision about whether or not we need to keep filling them up with this water, or we can use a rented tractor. I mean, we could take any of those other contracts to get a tractor, to be fair, but I really just don't want to do any contracts unless they benefit this farm specifically, without the only benefit being that I can haul a trailer, you know? I don't know, this doesn't seem like what I want. All right, can't quite put 2,000 liters in each one. We could put, what, 1,700? 1,800? About 1,800 liters. So we're looking at, that would be 800, so we're looking for 55. Not close enough. No, I'm looking for like 38. I was like, I'm always like getting off by 1,000. I was like, I know there's an 8 or 6 or something like that in there. It's close enough. I'll put half of this in here, which will be about 1,900 liters actually, but that's okay. Good enough. That'll buy me one more month at least, and then we'll, like I said, we'll make a decision later about what we're gonna do. Oh, I went too far. I was like kind of thinking in my head and not even paying attention where I'm driving. Speaking of driving, I did get a steering wheel for this, for just in general for my PC. I got a G923, which is one of the newer steering wheels, and got it refurbished because, I don't know, the place I got it from seemed like it had reputable reviews, and so like, you know what, refurbished, if it works, it works, and I can save myself 150 bucks. I have not got it set up yet though. I mean, there's some setup to do, kind of mapping the buttons and all that kind of stuff. Plus, it doesn't quite fit my desk, so I'm gonna have to get some other type of mount or something like that to get it to fit to my desk properly. So can't quite use it yet, but I will let you guys know if I do start using that. But for now, still using the controller, and I'm happy with the controller, don't get me wrong. But I did kind of just set the controller on top of my desk or the steering wheel, and I didn't have much mapped other than start and stop and go and like that in the steering wheel. And I will say, it was pretty easy to steer around and drive. It was surprising how smooth everything was. So I definitely would like to get it set up, but I just need to take the time to actually map everything and all that stuff, and I just didn't have time to do that right now. Anyway, so that's that. We didn't just happen to get a contract while I was sitting there. Whatever. Of course not. Of course not. Why would we get a contract? And how are the chickens doing? Still good on food. Let's fast forward a bit more today. I don't know. Need to get something. And I really don't want to do any of those other ones that are really not helpful to my situation at all. If I had sheep, I might do the baling ones. But I don't have sheep. Not yet, at least. Don't think that harvesting one's going to come up, guys. That is frustrating, to be perfectly honest. Well, we're going to have to buy... I don't know how. I mean, we're going to have to buy stuff. Buy, sell and stuff. I mean, obviously, which is not ideal. But there's nothing else we can do about it. I think I said last episode, I'm not expecting a contract every year that will fit our needs. But even if we got one every other year, that would be a start. All right, that's good enough. Looks like we're not going to get one. I mean, can we even see if that field's already been harvested? Yep, it has. I guess I could have been watching for that, I suppose. Any fields that are like got any crops that we would care about? Is there another sorghum? There's a couple more sorghums that are... That one is withered, really? You let it get withered, Mr. 46? I would have harvested that for you, my friend. 25 over here is ready to harvest next month. And that's it. Everything else is either harvested or hasn't started growing yet or anything like that. This is the only other one that we can do. We'll see. I can't believe 46 let it wither. What a... Okay. How did that get withered, though? Because it's just now, this month, that sorghum... He must have been withered this whole time. And he just... It's got to have been withered for like a whole year now, then. So is it possible there... Yeah, there's a cultivating one right there. How long has that been sitting there? I wonder, like, can contracts get stuck in here and then the fields just never get worked anymore? That would be really, really sad. Oh well. I'm going to put a quick pause in the video. We'll be right back. I got to go check on something and then I will fast forward to a new day. All right, I'm back and we are ready to fast forward. So let's go. I had to go trim my mustache. I had some hairs that were like tickling the inside corners of my mouth. Very strange and random, I realize. Probably, I don't want to say TMI. I mean, it's facial hair. Who cares about facial hair, right? But it was just bothering me. I was like, I'm going to keep messing with my face if I don't go take care of this. I'm genuinely worried that some of these are actually causing problems. I'm going to do something real quick. I'm going to just go through. I don't think it costs us anything. We're not borrowing anything. Just want to clear out the list. Oh my goodness. 34,000 bucks for sewing. Wow. That is impressive. Yeah, I don't know if it makes any difference. I can't imagine why you would need to do that, but it just felt like things were getting stuck. And now, after canceling those, wasn't 36 one of them? Or was it 30 or 26? Now these are cultivated. Oh no, they needed seeded. That's right. They were needing seeding. So they haven't gotten seeded yet. I don't know. We'll keep an eye on them. Maybe it probably is irrelevant, completely irrelevant, and it doesn't makes no difference whatsoever. But I just like things were going a little bit. It just felt like things were not progressing on that front, or there was a lot of contracts that were just in there for months on end. Oh, let's see here. We need to someday sell some eggs. Not today. Not today. November is the month we're looking for. We need to sell some lettuce and tomatoes. Oh my goodness, that is a terrible price for tomatoes. Oh my god, this is a really bad month for us. And I don't think we can get our harvester, can we? Is it 12,000 or 20,000? I can't remember all of a sudden. 12,000, okay. I keep getting confused with the cotton harvester that I use. Well, it's time to harvest the grapes, so... guess we will... as long as we can get the grape... honestly, as long as we can get the grape harvester, we can skate by until we get to the month for... I mean, maybe a little bit of water and food for the chickens. Actually, the food for the chickens, we should be fine. I'm actually going to take care of that first, just so it's done. But, the water, we could probably figure out a way to skate by until it's an optimal month to sell stuff. We got a lot of eggs over here, though. That is going to be good when we finally do sell them. Just realized something. Is my sensitivity cranked up? Where would I find that? Here? It is. I don't think I want it quite that high. What did I have it on before? Like 80 or something? I can't remember. I cranked it up because I was trying to mess around and see what it did with the steering wheel when I was just kind of messing around trying it out. But I was just trying different settings to see what settings felt good. But I think it messed with my controller a little bit. Not quite going to be able to empty this out, but it's going to be okay. Should be able to empty out before we need to convert it back to a flatbed, I think. Alright, let's grab our harvester. Well, the big question is, as I learned in one of my other series, are we going to use this for more than a month? Or not more than an hour. I have, on one of my other maps, recently gotten a surprise cost of leasing stuff because my field is just big enough that it takes an hour to harvest, over an hour to harvest all the fields. And so instead of paying $24,000, I paid $36,000, which was a bit of a shocker because I wasn't expecting it. So you guys, I don't know if by the time this video goes up, actually I don't know if that particular event will happen yet, since I'm being very vague about which event that is. I guess you'll just have to keep your eyes open if you're watching my other series. But yeah, it definitely happened. So I don't know if you guys are enjoying this series or not. I mean, if I was being perfectly honest, it's my least favorite of the series that I'm doing, by far, for sure. I don't like grapes. I've come to realize that I do not like the grapes at all. I get it. They're nifty, but they're just not that much fun to me. Because it feels like, honestly, for other crops, the bigger you can get, and you can get bigger equipment, and you can, make things go faster and stuff like that. And, if you ever got a massive field, you could always rent, if you had the money, you could rent double harvesters or buy double harvesters. You could drive one, you can have an AI drive one, all that kind of stuff. So you could, no matter how big the field got, you could make it manageable through some combination of events. The grapes, the bigger you get, the more annoying I guess, because there's literally nothing you can do to speed it up. It literally is what it is, and there's absolutely nothing you can do to make this go any faster. Getting a second harvester serves no purpose because an AI cannot drive the harvester. So that's part of the reason why I'm not as big a fan. But the flip side of that is, you need a big field to make it justifiable. We're just on the line right now of a justifiable size field. If I were to fill up the rest of this field right here to make it worth my while to actually lease this piece of equipment, it would take me forever to harvest all those. So it's just I don't know. I was hoping to be more fun than that, and I was actually honestly hoping to be a little bit more automation available with AI. It just doesn't exist. It's all good. We'll keep on for now. I'm having fun with the kind of the chickens and stuff like that because I haven't really done anything else with the chickens. And the just it's kind of fun doing stuff with the chickens in greenhouse. Just something different. They don't take a lot of work though. I wouldn't mind getting sheep, which do take a little bit more work. A little, being very, very specific work, because they don't take a lot of work either. Sheep are pretty easy. Pigs are pretty complicated because if you really want to maximize their food, they need assuming it's still the same as it was back in 19, they need everything, every crop you can get. They need I think corn and sugar beets and what else did they need? Maybe oats or something. I can't remember. I thought it was one of the grains, and soybeans I think is in the list or something like there's so many different crops. There's 5 different crops that they needed in FS19, where which is kind of cool because you get to grow a variety of crops on your fields. So something kind of different and unique there, as opposed to just growing, wheat for chickens or something like that. Horses are not very involved on the feeding side of things, but they are a bit more involved, obviously, on the maintenance side because, assuming they kept it from 19, you have to ride the horses to make them get exercise, and if you don't exercise them, they don't continue to grow in value. Cows, obviously, have to do the total mix ration. I suppose one of the good things about the cows is that there is, a couple different products that you can create from the milk, so you can have a little bit more of a production queue there, whereas chickens, I guess there's a couple things for eggs. There's cakes. That might be it. Cakes and more cakes. Pigs, there's nothing as far as I know. And then sheep, you can get the wool to make the fabric to make the clothes, just like cotton, although probably easier than cotton because, again, the inputs for sheep are typically grass and hay. Is that it? I think that might be it. It's been a while since I've done sheep. Not sure if the olives would be any more fun than the grapes. Honestly, I don't know. I guess we won't know until we try them at some point. Maybe we'll get to that point, in this game. Obviously, this has been very slow, and I recognize that. There's some things I could have made done some different things to make it go a little bit faster, or at least put us in a better position by now. But, obviously, if I'd been doing the harvesting for the chickens a lot more frequently, a lot sooner, that would have helped us. Some of the purchases I made early on that I ended up selling back, things like that, would have given us a little bit more money to either get some more grapevines or whatever. So there's definitely some things I could have done differently to get us in a slightly more advanced position than we are now. But in general, I just think this is going to be kind of a slow thing because the grapes just aren't worth that much at this quantity. To put it in perspective, on my tribute run, where I'm doing 3 fields of cotton, not even the biggest fields in the world, just 3 kind of small, mid-sized fields, about 10 acres total, 10, 11 acres total, which isn't massive. I'm talking about getting about $140,000 once I convert it all to clothing each year. $140,000 for one, that one crop there. Whereas these grapes, I'm barely scraping by with enough to make it through the year with the loan and everything. I feel like grapes would be one of those ones that'd be more fun to do multiplayer. So that way you can have multiple people doing things or, other things going on. Also, I mean, grapes as your sole crop, probably kind of boring. Maybe if we had other crops that we could be doing while we're waiting on the grapes to go through, also to help supplement the income, that might be more fun. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in there. When we come back, more grape harvests to keep things rolling. And, yeah, we'll go from there. But I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.